on to Earth's other
mightiest
heroes. The challenge, Spies, Lies, and Allies, episode 8. We have a daily challenge in which challengers do some swimming, do some diving, do some puzzling. Not really much to report.
No.
They're set up in 3 heats. Each heat contains someone who's objectively better than the field at puzzles, and Devin, Ashley, and CT. Uncle CT and Emmy take the win, and it is obvious that Huey and Berna are the options for the house vote. At deliberation, Ashley makes a not-so-veiled threat that the rookies who win the elimination better create another rookie team to be the target for next week. Jeremiah volunteers to go in, and the agency lands on Priscilla as his teammate. In the elimination challenge, teams must climb up a pole while tied to each other and saw through the rope that binds them, releasing them, with the first team doing so, winning the elimination. Unfortunately for circus-trained climber Berna, Huey's inexplicable giant ass gets in the way, and Jeremiah and Priscilla win fairly handily. The real games begin when Priscilla steals Josh from Ashley, and Jeremiah steals Tori from Ed, denying the creation of a rookie team. Let the game finally begin in earnest.
This is now finally we're getting what we want. I will say, on the actual elimination challenge thing, I was nervous about that blade cutting someone. I was legit someone is going to slit their wrists, and this is going to be the end of someone, because this is going to kill them. That made me very nervous. When I saw that blade, I'm like, someone's cutting themselves. I can't believe they didn't. Huey's ass was hilarious. Literally.
I've never seen a man have a donk.
Yeah.
But that thing was a donk.
Yeah. Thick with 7 C's. That was funny. This episode is this is now finally a show that I love this show no matter what. It does not, but now we're finally in the actual competition. Priscilla just saying oh, Ashley, do not give me threats. I do not handle threats well, was incredible. Also, Ashley is, it's so annoying that she has won in quotes twice.
Yeah.
Because she thinks she knows what the hell she's doing, and she literally has won by luck. And, if you got her in a room alone and she had to say the truth, she would admit to that. And she's walking and talking like she owns this shit. And it's Ashley, you're one of the worst female competitors ever, not just to win this, but just ever in this show. You're not really good at anything. You somehow just are able to hang around. And she's talking this shit. So when Priscilla did that, that was amazing. Ashley is on the verge of tears too at the end. I don't know if you caught that. And
I did.
I'm thinking to myself, Ashley, you of all people know what it's like to be screwing people over. If you are so into this show of oh, this is how you win this. This is you are one of the nastiest people to ever be on this show. And now you're upset. It's, it's the thing that the kid that makes fun of everyone can't be made fun of. Mm-hmm. And this was exactly what happened. It's well, she loves screwing everyone over as much as she can. But the second something happens to her, then it's just oh my God, how dare you? And I loved it. And what was great too is TJ pointed out that Priscilla and Jeremiah are really good partners, and I like them a lot together. But I was you can't be together. As good as you guys are, and they knew it. They're not dumb, and it made me think that both of them are probably going to be people going down the road. Maybe not this season, because this feels once again Uncle CT. And I know that the preview was to go after CT now.
Right.
Good luck. Good luck and God's
better men have tried and failed.
Yeah, exactly. There's not really anyone left on the man side that I would necessarily be this is when you combine what he does. And that's the thing that you have to think about, is the combination of things. There's guys that are maybe, not as strong as CT, but can hold their own. But you can't have both. You can't have the strength.
Well,
and the puzzle.
I'll tell you what. When it comes to being physically strong, I'd say your next closest guy is probably Corey.
Right.
But Corey freely admits that he can't do puzzles, right?
Right.
And then you have somebody who is probably on the same, or maybe a tick below CT at puzzles in Devin. Who are you taking in a hall brawl?
Yeah, it just Devin is not.
That's the problem. Like, that's what the problem here is that it's going to have to be like an elimination challenge where they're not necessarily head to head. Like, the women are going to have to play a prominent role. CT is going to be overconfident. It's going to come down to something like that. You know what I mean?
And also, his partner's good. We've learned that Emmy's actually good at this game.
She can hold her own. Yeah,
she can hold her own. And literally, when it's the team challenge, you know, the pair challenge, if you could just have a woman that can hold her own with CT, that's all you need, because he can carry people. He's proven that many times.
Yeah.
You know, on even seasons that he didn't win necessarily, he still has like carried people to at least the championship. And she's, you know, can more than hold her own, really. And so this is still, and you know, we've said this with him, until he gets knocked off, he's still my favorite. And
he's still the favorite until he's not there. Until the moment that he's eliminated, he's the favorite to win.
Yeah, until I actually see him walking into the shadows. But the show feels good now. Like, the show's, it's hit its groove finally, where we know it's not rookies. We really don't know what's going to happen next week. Like, we don't. You're going to go after CT, whatever. I don't know what that actually means,
right? But
in that sense, but we know that it can't be a rookie thing. And I would throw in Ashley, just because.
Well, here's the thing about Ashley was she, like you said, she was so upset that I got news for her. She's and I love Josh.
Yeah.
Right. We've documented
big. Yeah. We love Josh.
We love Josh. Ed's probably better.
Yeah.
He's real smart. He's physically, you know, he's short, but he's thick.
Yeah.
And so I think that
he's like Derek back in the day.
That's who he kind of reminds me of. So I think that she didn't want to admit it at the moment because she had to look the part or whatever, but she probably won that trade.
Yeah.
If we're being real. I like Ed coming in as a rookie. There are now 10 teams.
Yeah.
Which means that we have trimmed
20 teams.
20,000. We've trimmed 16 people from the show.
Yeah.
So I think, why don't we start at when there's 7 teams left? We'll start
7 teams to rank them. That sounds good.
Yeah. Because there's still somehow too many.
There's still people like Bettina where I'm like, oh yeah, you're on this show.
You're here.
Yeah.
She speaks really good English for someone that's not their native tongue.
Yeah, she does. And it's nothing against her in like the general scheme of things. She's made it this far. It's just that I literally sometimes forget she's on the show. And that's just because there were so many.
Well, to be fair, I forgot Priscilla was on the show until literally this episode.
Yeah, I think I did too, actually. Now they like go back on it. She was just so featured that because they always do that. If someone, that's one of the little keys that MTV does on this show is even if you don't, they know, so they feature her more. They have all that footage. So, but yeah, CT's still the favorite, and you know, Uncle CT. I'm sorry,
Uncle CT. I love that they put that.
Love it. I do too.
They should do it all the time. Not just like when Corey was going through and saying who's in the heat, they put Uncle CT. They need to. They now need to put that all the time.
Yes, 100% agree. Then now,